Manchester United have reportedly received a positive boost in their pursuit of Sporting Lisbon's midfield enforcer, Morten Hjulmand. The Danish international is believed to be open to the idea of making a move to Old Trafford in the upcoming summer transfer window, a development which could significantly aid United's rebuilding process under Ruben Amorim. The Red Devils have been on the lookout for a new holding midfielder, largely due to their failure to secure the services of Brighton's Carlos Baleba. Baleba had been a priority target, but negotiations did not progress as hoped, leaving United to cast their net wider in search of a suitable alternative. Manager Ruben Amorim, who himself only arrived at Old Trafford recently, is said to have drawn up a shortlist of potential recruits for the role. Among those names is Hullman, a player he knows well from his previous tenure at Sporting Lisbon, where the midfielder flourished under his guidance. According to Fabrizio Romano, a highly regarded voice on European transfers, United can take encouragement from the fact that Hullman himself is enthusiastic about the possibility of joining the Premier League giants. This level of interest from the player's side is often a decisive factor in negotiations of this nature. Reports indicate that Hullman views United's approach positively, interpreting it as the right step for the next stage of his professional journey. He is said to be eager for a fresh challenge, with the Premier League offering an unrivaled platform to showcase his abilities and further his career. The Dane, still only in the early stages of his prime years, apparently believes that a spell in English football could help him grow into a more complete and commanding presence in midfield. The fast tempo, physicality, and competitive intensity of the Premier League appeal to his sense of ambition. Another key aspect of his motivation appears to be the opportunity to reunite with Ruben Amorim. Having worked with him before, Hullman reportedly regards the Portuguese coach as a mentor capable of refining his game and pushing him to reach higher levels of performance. For Amorim, such a reunion would not only provide familiarity but also strengthen the tactical spine of his side. The manager has been eager to instill a more disciplined and resilient midfield core at United, and Hullman's understanding of his methods could accelerate that process. Despite this mutual admiration, Romano stresses that United's interest in Hullman remains at an exploratory stage. At present, there has been no formal negotiation with Sporting Lisbon, nor have United representatives made contact with the player's entourage. The club hierarchy are understood to be weighing up several options in midfield, carefully assessing who best fits both the tactical vision of Amorim and the financial structure of the club. Only once a firm decision has been made will the Old Trafford board move decisively in the market. Nevertheless, the possibility of luring Hullman away from Portugal is far from straightforward. Sporting Lisbon, who regard the midfielder as integral to their system, are reluctant to entertain the prospect of his departure. Their stance suggests that any deal would require considerable persuasion and a sizable financial package. Sporting's position is consistent with their wider philosophy of resisting premature sales of core players, particularly when they remain under long-term contracts. For Hullman, this could mean that his pathway to Old Trafford may yet involve a protracted negotiation process. United, of course, are no strangers to drawn-out transfer sagas, and the board will be cautious not to overspend in pursuit of a single target. They are mindful of balancing ambition with pragmatism, especially in a window where multiple areas of the squad require strengthening. For supporters, the thought of Hullman pulling on the red shirt is tantalizing, as his qualities align closely with United's long-standing need for a reliable defensive midfielder. His composure on the ball, coupled with his ability to break up play, could provide the stability that has often eluded the side in recent years. In the meantime, the coming weeks will be critical. United must decide whether to advance their interest in Hullman into concrete negotiations or shift their attention to alternative names on the list. What is certain, however, is that the player himself appears ready for the challenge, leaving the ball firmly in Manchester United's court. Manchester United are once again reported to be scouring La Liga in search of midfield reinforcements, with Sevilla's Lucian Aum the latest name to surface on their radar. The interest in the Frenchman comes after United's initial target, Brighton's Carlos Baleba, was deemed prohibitively expensive. New manager Ruben Amorim is said to be particularly insistent on adding a midfielder who can act as the glue in the middle of the park, someone capable of balancing the side both defensively and in transition. Aum, though not yet a household name across Europe, has quietly built a reputation in Spain as a player with the raw attributes to become a commanding presence in that role. Yet, as is often the case with transfer pursuits of this nature, the financials threaten to scupper any potential deal. Sevilla have made their position abundantly clear. Aum will not leave unless his €40 million release clause is met in full. United, on the other hand, are said to value the player closer to the €25 to €30 million range, a gap wide enough to cast doubt over whether talks can ever realistically progress. For the Andalusian club, who have a long tradition of standing firm on release clauses, this is simply a matter of principle, while for United it is a question of balancing squad needs with financial prudence after several windows of heavy spending. This is not the first time the 23-year-old has been linked with Old Trafford. United's interest reportedly dates back to the January transfer window, when early inquiries were made but never developed into serious negotiations. After a quiet few months, the speculation has reignited in the current summer market, spurred on by Aum's eye-catching performance on the opening weekend of La Liga, when he not only controlled the midfield but capped his display with a superbly taken goal. That moment of brilliance served as a reminder of his potential, and appears to have nudged United back into consideration mode. Still, despite the noise in the press, no formal talks are believed to have taken place between the two clubs. Sevilla's sporting director, Antonio Cordon, has been forthright in stating that the midfielder's future lies entirely in the hands of whoever is prepared to meet the buyout clause. That clarity may simplify matters in one sense, but it also leaves United in a bind. Either they pay what Sevilla are asking or they walk away. The stubbornness on both sides, coupled with the Premier League club's reluctance to overspend, suggests that negotiations, if they even begin, could prove both protracted and delicate.